What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 14 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Lord Skrolk Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we achieved a short victory by destroying Heshuatl and Mazdamundi and taking most of the Isthmus of Lustria. I do say most because unfortunately the Cult of Pleasure does hold a few of those territories, but hopefully we can plagueify them, plagueinate them, and plagiarize them. and take them for ourselves, or otherwise trade them from them. We'll see what we can do shortly, hopefully. In terms of what we got to do this episode, and Skrolk is going to move up to Arnheim and the Daughters of the Forest. We want to knock them out so that they stop sailing down here towards our undefended provinces, and we'll also probably shortly want to set up sort of sitting army that just sits in Skeggy and just sort of basically lives here. Potentially grabbing a few islands, but occasionally sailing out to deal with any threats, mostly because Pustin the Pugilist will actually be using a proper stack, and we'll have to head him southward to pick it up rather shortly, or possibly to meet up with his stack in Cathay. Anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this particular turn, I'm not sure that there is much, or at the very least, if there is, I don't remember what it is, so let's find out by going through this stuff systematically. Vermit, you are going to get an army of your own, but for now, just sit around here, buddy. I suppose we could send you to the Blood Swamps to increase the public order there. So let's send you to the Blood Swamps, as the public order is already nearly maxed out in the Volcanic Islands, and we may as well try to get to a nearly maxed out public order everywhere we can, and especially considering, oh, you also have this reduction. Huh. I'm just wondering now, wait, if we could pop you into Itza, we could reduce the construction cost of these things, but I guess we could still do that next turn. One turn probably won't make much of a difference, because I remember last episode we had like 80,000 gold. Now we're down to 23k, because we're starting the recruitment spamming once again. 6 Warp Lightning Cannons, 6 Doom Flayers, we've also got Rat Ogres, Mutant Rat Ogres coming in, and that's just the start. We've still got Eshin Triads, Storm Vermin, and Death Runners, and a few other fun things to be getting on with. So, we're getting there. Shurft to essentially afford all of this stuff. We're gonna need to pick up a few more islands, so try to move out this way towards this fell cargo, grab that, and then maybe this, and we're most likely going to send Shurft to Cathay as well, but since there are a bunch of islands around, I would like him to actually grab them. And it'll enable him to heal up so that when inevitably he hits Cathay, they don't immediately destroy him with his untested army, let's say. I did the building between the episodes as I promised once again, as we got a little bit of admin heavy, well, maybe not as heavy last episode, but the episode before that because of the materials at sea, but now we're looking pretty okay. Anyway, let's skip the outpost upgrade. That's just with the Flaming Scribes, who I just don't trust anymore. And how is their public or relationship with them? 32 going down to 30. Yeah, we really need to just take Dawn's Landing, transfer it to Kairos, and hope that that fixes it for us. End turn. And I hope I moved all the heroes, but it does look like I did, so we are good to go to continue. Stone, not Storm, has also been fighting a little bit in Cathay, and that is bound to increase as we continue on over there. Plus, we do have a confederation by the looks of it coming up, or at least hopefully. Maybe if Throt loses one more army, he'd be willing to join us. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. But otherwise, we're good. Also, while the turn is ending, threshold is now 300 likes and 50 comments, and the next episode will be an hour long as well. Pestilens scheme for everybody but us, shockingly, but we're okay. And man, our undercities are really not spreading, and this is kind of why I'm not a huge fan of the undercity system, because, I mean, look, it's turn 83. We got 3, and those are, yeah. I mean, yes, I know you can set up another undercity every 15 turns, which we haven't really been doing, but I guess this Tech Thief will help out with that as soon as he gets where he needs to go. Anyway, first things first, I would like to take a look at potential confederation. 6.5 on Molder. Just so close. So damn close. Who are you fighting? Okay, he is fighting a lot of factions, so if we can just get him to, you know, lose a couple more units, we could get that to happen. Nobody else is... Ooh, Gormani tribe wants to trade, eh? Why not? They're friendly with Arch... Oh, they're not... Wait, what? Wait, the Gormani tribe aren't Archie's vassals? Or anybody's vassals. They're just there. They exist. Okay, but I'd rather have the trade agreement... And I guess we could do the non-aggression pact. How does Mulder feel about them? I don't seem to care. Alright, fine. I'm just gonna do the trade agreement for now, because I'm a little bit worried of, I don't know, the Chaos Dwarfs or something hating on us for trading with them. And if we could get an alliance with the Chaos Dwarfs and I had access to trains, I certainly wouldn't say it. Now, Poxmakers want us to attack this guy? Sure. And Clanishon wants us to attack also this guy? Also sure. Good. Hey, Deathmaster Snitch, you managed to take Wily Village, or at the very least, you managed to, well... sack it, or raise it. Alright, once again, you don't have the frickin' siege equipment. We could give you an artillery piece to allow you to do this, or we could maybe give you a hero with, like, something that is monstrous. Do Brood Horrors have siege attacker? Because we could give you a Packmaster. Yeah, Brood Horrors do. Alright. We'll replace one of the Skaven slingers in that army with a Packmaster, and that'll do it for us. Just have to figure out which Packmaster. Bolstered defense is actually fairly solid for the... and there's another Poxbringer. We got 2 of these. Alright, yeah, I like it. We'll get one of these here, and then we'll send the other one to Cathay. Oh, it's gonna have to go around, which is a little bit annoying, but... well, what can you do? Onno is also a Packmaster. Damn, we got a lot of these Packmasters. Alright, I'm gonna get confused about that, so for now, we're gonna look elsewhere. Scroll key, grab the silent. Everybody's grabbing islands. And honestly, if these guys are to lose a few territories to the Beastmen, I certainly wouldn't mind, because, well, we can transfer them right back to them. Sell those off, because we are healing in friendly territory. No new materials at CLS, but all good. I think we have to stay in friendly waters, so we'll go here. And we'll hit Arnheim shortly. Also, Schurft, you can move again, so grab this fell cargo and then move southward to whatever that is. Grab the Castle Forged Steel so that you can auto-resolve easier, I guess. You don't need the Shrieking Blade because you're a Warlock Engineer, though, as that it's a waste. To the fell cargo. And at least we'll... could actually send you all the way to... get the Captain's Chest this time. Hey, wax sealed rations, nice pickup. Will we still suffer attrition? Actually, we wouldn't if we go right to the Galleon's Graveyard. You know what? I think we've gone far enough. Let's go here. And we're going to send you to Cathay. I was going to get him a couple of Warp Lightnings. You know what? Maybe a couple of Warp Lightnings and a couple of Warp Lock Giselles. Although the Warp Lightnings should, in theory, be able to deal with any aerial threats. A couple of Warp Lock Giselles would make it safer for that army. We might do that as well, but we don't have the capacity to, well, the recruitment capacity at the current time anyway, so we'll deal with it after. Ian, my friend, you've been trying to get here for a while now, though I do want to check. We got 1 turn until Kayak, so you can't really move that far. And we got, also 1 turn on the Citadel of Dusk. Okay, let's do this. You're going to, first, move to the Dusk Gate. Like so, with that 16% construction cost reduction, then you're going to build up the force-feeding chambers and the warp forge here. And there's nothing else to do here but to switch back to... I'm actually making decent cash here. We could actually go for not efficient planning, but martial planning. There's potential for it. Although the growth would enable us to hit tier 5 sooner, we're at 538 growth. It's already crazy growth. Anyway, Ian, you're going to go back down here to Kayaks, and then bounce between Kayaks and the Capes for a few turns while we recruit. We'll head you up to the Skull Reef, or we could use one of these other armies to do it while we get you recruiting up. You two. What are you again? You're a Packmaster and you're a Ashen Sorcerer. Alright, you're both supposed to head into this army. Once again, I know it looks like it's just a stupid amount of heroes in a single army, but remember that the Packmasters are going to function as brood horrors, not as Packmasters, so treat them like single-entity monsters rather than like heroes. And I guess all the heroes are kind of like that, but anyway. Lucky Whiskers, since we have so many heroes in this army, you could go here. Oh, actually, you know what? Is Lucky Whiskers even worth it? It's minus 5% for lords and heroes, but, well, I guess these two guys are kind of expensive. But the packmasters themselves are quite cheap. On the other hand, maybe they'll get a lot more expensive once we get them, I'll think about it. Honestly, you're kind of here, and I'm already too lazy to send you back, so just sit there, you're fine. Vermich. You gotta go to Itza, my friend. Go right to Itza. We don't need to build anything here, but we do need to make this warp forge just a teensy bit cheaper. So that's what we'll do. Like so, and there we go. It's not a crazy reduction, but it will be useful as, well, the clan summit will as well. In fact, you could, sit in a Shlodal, and then you can go back to Itza next turn. And we'll pay attention, because once again, the money's going to drop rather shortly, because the 13th scheme and the lost cargo will be gone, and then we will be not making so much money, especially after all the recruitment that we are doing. You continue moving towards Teclis. You're nearly there, though. Looks like the others are ignoring him because that's a little bit too tough of a target for them to go after, but that's just fine. I'm sure the mutant can handle it. Hopefully we find Teclis himself. It does look like Kronos is heading towards Teclis' main stack, or at least one of his stacks, because who else would he be going after there, since he's not at war with, well, Kairos, obviously. You're going to grab this island, and then you're going to head southward to get your own stack. Might be faster to go by sea than by land, but we will see. Sail to the wreck. I'll resolve this real quick, and take the money, since we're using up a lot right now. Alright, nothing crazy. Got your Bone Breaker, which will be nice, and 8,000 gold. And I guess you can go back through the Ziggurat of Dawn. Huh. I wonder if it would be faster to go through this sea lane, and then down through the other sea lane, and come out here. Actually, no, it probably wouldn't. It would probably just be faster to go by land. And I'm not going to bother calculating how long it'll take, because 1 or 2 turns either way will make no significant difference. Oh, I already did this turn. Okay, never mind. And never you mind, my friend. Just keep on building. Who else do we need to move? Scout and Scout. The Scouts. You, sir, are going to Skaven Blight. And the other one is just going to search for more Skull Islands. Also, if anybody sees a Skull Island that I missed, please point them out to me. I am terrible at spotting things. Frankly, I'm impressed with myself for spotting the ones that I did spot, so at least that's going decently. All right, that's everybody moved. Let's do the building, and let's head to next turn. You are still in expansionist planning. That's fine. Guanji Valley. You're probably a little bit too far for anybody to reduce your... Well, actually, Chakwa's right there. In theory, Vermich could reduce your construction costs as well. Probably not by much, but there's probably money to be saved here. Also, you're probably going to be a decent money-making province. Let's get the Pox Cauldron and the breeding stock up and running here. And then probably, most likely, the arsenal, I would say. In fact, I'm almost tempted to start with the arsenal because we need more weapon team capacity of various types. The other capacities are looking fairly okay right now. Yeah, fine, let's do arsenal. No hidden layer here. Oh, we'll also need to build the chieftain buildings in places, but we'll get there. Anyway, that's Guanji Valley, and we will, I guess, wait until next turn to upgrade you. Just to save up a little bit of cash. You're good. Copper Desert, you are switching already. You're good. Creeping Jungle. Gonna take a while to level up, I mean, or to grow. Awakening, you're fine. Just gotta keep checking the public order, though, because once they're maxed out, we can switch them to a different type of planning. You are fine as well. You are needing to go back to expansionist planning. And just to double check, this was the Night Forest Road. You are going to go to expansionist planning as well. And, well, I guess we can build whatever there next turn. Actually, if we build capacities here, like chieftain capacities, we may as well start on it, because it takes 1 turn anyway. Yeah, alrighty. You're both good then. Headhunter's Jungle. Still 3 turns for growth, so stay in public order. Isle of the Crimson Skull. Yes to the upgrades, definitely yes to the arcane generators. And you're good in your current commandment. Volcanic Islands, you're fine. Skegge. Ziggurat of Dawn with the most useless landmark. Taskmaster's platform, Port Reaver will upgrade you, get another Taskmaster's platform up and running here, and -9. You're not super happy with us, but once you have a sufficient Taskmaster's platforms, hopefully that'll fix itself. You're actually causing us -1 control faction-wide, so we need to fix you. Sacred Pools, you're fine. You're actually growing fairly decently despite being a single territory. Heshwatla, you're fine, and I guess we're fine here in Jungles of Pawalasha as well. Alrighty, that looks good, assuming that we've no Diplo to do. Camry really wants to trade, but it ain't happening. 6.6 Molder, come on, please. Let's confederate, let's be friends. Unassigned skill points, hero not moved, and a hero not moved? Wait. I need to check heroes. I moved the Tech Thief this episode, this turn, right? Yes. I would like to see... We do have another Scabbed Scarred guy. I don't know whether we want you on the field right now, but we're gonna pop you onto the field just in case. You're probably gonna go to some army. And we just gotta keep spamming the Scabbed Scarred guys, because we're primarily using these guys to summon things, and, well, that's not liable to change, let's face it. The rest of this looks good to me, so we're gonna end the turn. And hopefully we can hit Arnheim this turn as well. And then also, hopefully also move to Nakai and towards Balthazar Gelt. I really want to see how our assassin army stacks up against them. It would be even better if Clan Eshin would just confederate with us, but we'll see. Alright, Helman Gorsty, you want peace, we do not. Ooh, looks like other armies are on approach to Kugath. Yeah, don't worry guys, we're gonna move to help him out. It's coming. Oh damn, I forgot. We need to see if we can't build any more of those plague toads for him. What do we have here? Ooh, investigate the box. Control +2 for all provinces or plus 50% research rate. We've already seen the box of eerie noises, and I'm gonna say investigate the box for additional research rate. We really need the research rate. It's going quite slowly. Mission aborted. Well, that's not nice. Rite of Awakening, faction destroyed, Knights of Calador. Some of the other rats are doing good. -4. Oh, Boulder. How do we get it even higher? Oh, every turn. Alright. Oh, you wait. Hey, Nagarond. Actually, forgot we got that non-aggression pact with you. 2,000 gold? Yeah, it'll pay for itself. Let's go for trading. Okay, well now we definitely can't attack the Cult of Pleasure because they're friends and more than friends. But anyway, uncomfortable Slaneshi giggle. But anyway, Lord Skrolk, you can... don't tell me you just can't reach Arnheim. Yeah, looks like he just can't. Alright, fine. Move towards it, hit it next turn. I don't see any armies here. You better go back to Arnheim, because it's not going to stand up to Skrolky's attentions. Ooh, damn. They do have the Lower City ramparts. Wait. Yeah, improved tower projectiles. Damn. Well, hopefully they'll sally out and attack Skrolk, or, well, we could do a manual field battle, I guess, but, you know. Anyway. Let's do the building that is involved, as in with the guys that reduce construction costs. So let's do you first, and go for the Plague Abbey. Go for the Clan Summit, because we're building those everywhere. And lastly, gotta go with the Warp Turbine plant. No choice in the matter. You now have to bounce towards Schlantzek, because we got construction... Wait. Schlantzek is part of Kayaks. No, you have to go down to Dusk Peaks. Oh, don't tell me you can't reach it. Ooh, you can. Just barely so. There you go. And you're gonna have to go all the way back up here to the Golden Colossus. It'll be a whole thing. Actually, you can bypass that for a while. It's still probably okay. How's our food? That's pretty okay. Vermich, just stay here. Ono, you're supposed to move towards this army as well, and you are at 3 out of 4 Packmasters. Looking good. Next up, let's build you up. Loving all those tier 5s now, though all the buildings that... Oh my lord, every Warp Turbine plant costs all the money. Plague Abbey at least is cheap, and let's get one more of these clan summits. Let's get the clan barracks here, and I guess let's get the... Once again, Arsenal seems like the thing for capacities. Or we could build another food building here. We do these two territory provinces are food generators, which is kind of what we use them for. On the other hand, their public order is kind of iffy compared to some of the other territories. Well, you need to stay in expansion plan for now. But anyway, we will still need the capacities, the tier 5 capacities. The lab capacities are actually fine. I'm gonna say go for the weapon stuff. I'm almost tempted to build the Den of Secrets here, because we'll need Deathrunner and Eshin Triad capacities as well. But the thing is, I suppose if we confederate Eshin, that will fix itself to some degree, as I imagine they have some special buildings that will increase our capacities. Or at least I hope so. At least I hope so. Anyway, Vermich, you're gonna go to Itza first. Wait, do we need to build anything here? No. Gonna go to Itza first, wherein we will build up the clan summit, and apparently use up all of our cash. Hopefully we can get more. Damn it, wait, how much was that? 7.4k. It's a little bit steep, game. Go to Chakwa. I may hold off on the clan summit here. It's a little much. I'd rather do some recruiting, because we have limited time of the dominating scheme. Weapon Burrow and Warp Forge. And we may or may not go back down to Itza for that clan summit, but it's not the most critical thing right now. Mutin, are you in range? You are 1 turn away. Alright, get to the Fortress of Dawn, sir. And hopefully we can make Kairos nice and happy with us after we take this and transfer it to him. Assuming that he still has... yeah, he still has at least one of the territories here. Good. Alright, Nevaventer. You have some of the stuff recruited. I wanted to check. Okay, we got 1 more Plague Toad for Ian. And we need to figure out who gets what now. The Doom Flayers are going to need some Storm Vermin. Are you able to recruit Storm Vermin? Yes. I mean, it's not so much that we need to recruit Storm Vermin, it's just that I kind of want to try it with some Storm Vermin. So, I guess the question is going to be what kind of Storm Vermin. We could do 3 of each. I kind of don't super like that, but the shielded ones would probably be better with the Doom Flayers. On the other hand, the Doom Flayers won't have a lot of anti-large. Maybe 3 of each would be better. Alright, fine. Let's take Mr. Toxer with his ominous rumblings. You're gonna take the 6 Doom Flayers, and we're going to get you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 Storm Vermin. Warlord clan plus Scryer. Nice little mix. Then we'll probably need to get you some priests, which is nice because we have a Hadar here who's going to pop into your army. I think that'll work nicely with the Doom Flayers and the Storm Vermin. I do think that we should get some... oh, we should also get you the Regiment of Renown, but I guess we could do that later. The Dwarf Thing Menace. You don't need Warlock Engineers. Funnily enough, the Vehicle Engineer is also kind of useless for this, but... It's not like we want to give up Ominous Rumbling because of the unstoppable charge for them. It would still be more useful. Just keep an eye on the Plague Priests for any potential new ones. And pop them into the army, and we'll get them some Eshin Triads. I guess we have to get them out of Itza, so we'll make you recruit them yourself next turn. You're good with this. You have recruited some of the Rat Ogres that are going to go into Pustin's army. Okay, now we have to figure out how many more... well, I guess we could build a couple more Rat Ogres. I don't really see the need to go for Wolf Rats. So, you know what? Get a couple of Brood Horrors. I don't really see the need to go for the Wolf Rats, simply because... oh, we're out of money, damn. Simply because we could just summon them with Packmasters. Probably better to use the Packmasters instead. Yeah. I guess that's the way I see it. Anyway, speaking of Packmasters, you were heading down here. You have the Poxbringer. Oh, right, we were going to send you to the Eshin army, because you can get the Siege Attacker. Plus, with the bolstered defense, you could be quite useful. Granted, you won't be able to hide, but, well, whatever. All good. War Protect and Metastorm, you're staying here for now. Tech Thief, you've got Text to Thief. Scouts, you got places to find, namely Skaven Blight and any possible nice islands, i.e. Skull Island. You to Skaven Blight, please. Just gotta pay attention to where they go, in case they spot a Skull Island for us, because we're gonna need it once again. Oh, I see a little island here, but that's not the island we were looking for. Shurft. You are heading back now. You're gonna suffer attrition for a turn. I don't see any way to avoid it. I mean, we could go up to Ulfon, but there's nothing there. You're going to Cathay as well. Go this way. Hopefully there's a Skull Island, like, right there. But if there is, there isn't. Ooh, what if Gentleman Jenkins... Nah, there's no way he tries this. He'd be insane, too. He'd be absolutely mad. Metastone. I see another little rebel faction, and Snitchy is around. We should now be able to auto-resolve this. Wait, does this have, No, it doesn't have walls. It doesn't have the walled thing. You know what? I think this might be fun to fight, just because we can. A little bit more action for this particular army. Why not, right? It hasn't done a crazy amount of that. We just gotta be careful about the Hellstorm rocket batteries, but I think it'll be worthy of our attentions because this army is just now coming into its own. So let's do it.
For the clan!
Alrighty, for the clan indeed. Let's see how this one goes. I wish that it would be neat if the assassins had a trait that allowed them to clamber up the walls, or, well, use their ladders, but not suffer any hit to their vigor, because I feel like that feels appropriate for the assassin units. Maybe the same thing for the gutter runners and such as well. Anyway, I'm quite interested in seeing this army actually take an enemy settlement via siege, as, well, obviously it's not something we've seen with this army. And we gotta put every new army through a bunch of trials. After all, if they encounter issues with any particular combat style, their army would thus need to be adjusted as we shore up whatever weakness they might have. Anyway, our assassins, whether it be the Ashen Sorcerers or the regular assassins, are heading towards the enemy gate and will have their daggers very slowly but surely bring it down. It's gonna take a while, but it is still 5 heroes whacking away at the gate, so they should be able to make their way through. Enemy is hitting us back with their artillery, but of course the towers are reasonably safe. I still very strongly believe that certain factions' towers need to have units on them, like attacking gunners, warp fire throwers, warp lightning cannons, depending. I feel like they missed out with making sieges cooler with sort of siege towers that do crazy stuff, like actual siege engines. Especially if you go through, I mean, this much effort to build all these crazy towers with all this crazy stuff. And you know Skaven towers and Chaos Dwarf towers and stuff would have a lot of weaponry on them. But anyway, I digress. We are getting closer to the enemy walls now. Too bad we can't at least chuck the shuriken out of them with the from the units that are in the towers. We are also getting a unit of clan rats up here, and while the enemy did have artillery, they do no longer, as the festering pool was able to destroy them, which is quite nice. Very effective use for that particular ability, especially if the enemy artillery is too slow to escape that damage. The balance of power, well, not the balance of power, the gate rather, is down to about half HP, and the towers will soon be up here. Now the plan here is to have the shuriken melee sort of adjacent units of gutter runners fight up on the walls while the slingers provide range support. Once again, gotta remember, our slingers, they can fire really far. Unit of crossbows with 136 range, debuffed as it is, 182 range on our gutter runner slingers. And on top of that, said gutter runner slingers are able to, well, will be upgraded fairly significantly in terms of their range as well, which will be even nicer. Anyway, they'll sling their shots over the enemy walls. I don't know what you're firing at, but, well, try a little bit harder. And our towers have begun to disgorge gutter runners on top of the walls as well. I assume that they can fire their shuriken while up here, because it would be disappointing if they couldn't. Yeah, they can. There we go. It's one of the reasons I really like units of Free Company militia used up on walls since they can fire backwards. And can essentially do the same thing with the gutter runners with shuriken. It would be quite nice on the walls then. Anyway, more and more gutter runners are making their way up here. Before, when the fire rain rocket existed, this would have definitely been an issue for us, but now they should be able to overwhelm the halberdiers and whatnot up here, especially with the support from the slings still being shot over the walls. Feels almost unusual for these guys to have that much range, but I'm really liking it. And they can help out a little bit with the halberdiers up on the wall as well. Hopefully they don't kill too many of our own units, or... well, we'll see. We'll see. How are we doing through that gate there? The gate is still up, still about half HP. It looks like the enemy did move its Empire Knight piles to try to hold back the gate, but our assassins are slowly but surely working their way through the Knights. Frankly, this is just them feeding the Knights to us, as the Empire Knights are a relatively weak sort of Knight unit. And certainly not going to be a threat to 5 Assassin heroes, assuming we count the Eshin Sorcerers, which have pretty solid melee defense and decent melee attack. Alrighty, and even a couple of our units of slingers should be able to fire through the gate as well, and the Jezzails take some shots at the enemy knights before heading up the tower, wherein they will set up on the wall and start firing down on the enemy. Looks like the enemy halberdiers up on top of the walls have been destroyed with a little bit of help from that festering pool, and we are very much in the enemy settlement now. The enemy also had those handgunners trying to help out, but alas, the menaces below continue to annoy them until they were unable to fire. Jezzails have docked up on the walls, and let's hope that they can actually fire down from up here, and indeed they can. Very nice volley into those handgunners, who are down to about 30% of their HP. Got to love getting Jezzails up on walls like this. They're getting in each other's way a little bit. I probably should have... I don't know whether this is preventing them from firing, though. Looks like they're kind of readjusting their position over and over again, but they might be able to fire just fine. Maybe in the future I will just sort of spread them out. And there we go, the poor knights attempt to flee from the gate, only to get hit by shuriken and sling and bullet. And the enemy army is down to the dregs with only 5%-ish balance of power remaining. And it's only a matter of time until the battle is ours. Crossbowmen get hit by, or get sort of stuck, attempting to escape, I guess, due to the summoned clan rats, and of course the shuriken and these slings will hit them in the back, while the menace below keeps them pinned. Pinned was the word I was looking for. I don't know why that was so difficult. More menaces below coming in. That one I kind of missed. I was hoping to summon them directly on top of the crossbows, but should have done them a little bit further. Oh well, not a big deal. It's not like those guys are a threat. In fact, there is basically no threat remaining on field, really. Now we just gotta get into proximity with enough units to make them shatter, as I do believe the bounce power as low as it is for the enemy. There we go. They will shatter. And it looks like this one pretty darn well for us. Very, very little damage to pretty much any unit. And while I'm sure we took a few... oh, wow, that was nice. I should use that spell a little bit more often. That was an overcast... that was an overcast warp star. I got like 74 kills with that single ability. Granted, it's against a basic unit, but we'll try that a little bit more. We just got the Eshin Sorcerers on the field, after all. And it's a nice little spammable, cheap ability that might be fun to cast and to keep the Eshin passive up and running. Anyway, decisive victory for us, and no problem whatsoever. Let's see about the damage. That was pretty darn effective. Also, really cool looking map. The Cathay maps, funnily enough, all look really, really nice with the Skaven corruption lighting, the green lighting all over the place, since they've got a lot of green themes as well, green and red. And I guess that would make them look very nice with Cornate corruption as well, but anyway, that'll have to wait until after the DLC. You know, maybe with this army can get by with siege attacker or without siege attacker just fine. Because, well, it had no problem whatsoever there. Really a thought. Kill this guy. We'll auto-resolve that, and then we'll occupy Bamboo Crossing, and then we may or may not trade it away, depending. Yes, kill the rebels, and take the money, since we just used just a ludicrous amount of it, and then reoccupy Bamboo Crossing. I was hoping that Eshin would occupy it themselves, but whatever. We can also do the expand under Empire in a few locations. Not right now, obviously, but don't click the income. There's certainly potential. Also, how are you looking? Minus 13, eh? Not to the same degree as Molder, your willingness to confederate, I mean, but we'll get there, hopefully. Anyway, Toxer, Hadar, I believe that's all the ones that have to move right now, and... yeah, you know what? This guy doesn't need to go there. It'll be fine. At least I think. We do have a little bit of money to spend now, so we should spend it. River Curvays, okay, not on that one though. Not on the stupidly expensive one. Let's do you, war and upgrade here. And Isthmus Coast, we will definitely do the public order Taskmaster's platform. Oh, you're 98 going to 99, eh? But with Pustin here for a turn, he should be able to fix up your situation before heading southward to our own territory to get himself his ogre army. Or we just... oh, you know what? I could have reduced the cost of this by 16%. Not much, but, well, considering we need the money. Now here's the question. Okay, wait. Gold mine? No, we need the public order. Damn it. Alright, start with that. I got excited about the new gold mine, because we can make gold mines do a lot, and I mean a lot of work for us. This one that eats makes 400, but because of the plus 100 is nearly 800 gold per turn, so it's quite a bit. The rest of you are fine. I don't necessarily want to systematically go through every single territory. I feel like there's a few of them that need to be switched to other commandment types, but I can do it next turn. We've had a lot of admin recently. It's not you. Whatever. All good. And we do, funnily enough, have enough money to get this upgraded if we desire it, but for now, I think we can forgo it and wait. Skip the unassigned skill points under cities outpost and end the turn once more. Alrighty, let's try to get Shrift to Cathay as quickly as possible and see if we can't land here and fight the Order of Lore Masters with the Mutant. Hello, Kira Felhard. What you want, buddy? Non-aggression. Did we not have a non-aggression pact? Oh, my bad. I thought we did. Well, now we do. Hopefully that will increase our friendliness with Eshin even further, leading to, hopefully, eventually a confederation. Though I think confederation... doesn't it still cause that thing where to confederate a faction... wait, no, that's vassalage. I don't know what happens if you confederate. So when you vassalize a faction, it counts as if that faction had broken all of its other agreements with everybody else, and suddenly everybody hates them. I don't know what happens with confederation, though. Maybe the exact same thing. So we should watch out for it. Breeder, Bell Polisher, Undercity established. Oh, finally. Orion's army is... actually kind of impressed that you're still alive. Skrolk is kind of near you. Might potentially be able to send him up there. Potentially. Faction encountered Rapturous Success. I don't think that's concern for us. Shrift, assuming that there is no nearby island, you're going to Cathay. Keep on going. You should be able to heal up in our own territory anyway. I was thinking, what if we could send him down to the Skull Reef and go this way, but probably not a big deal. Okay, another confederation check, please. 1.6 Molder. Molder, please. If we could just get you to declare war on somebody, for example. Northern provinces? No. I'd be willing to pay him a lot of money for it, because one faction, any faction, would probably... Drakadrin? 31. And if we were able to get the... we could pay him 12,000 gold, get into the military axis. Ooh, but what if that prevents us? I don't know, I'll think about it. There is a way to do this. I've done this before, where you go for the military access, then you immediately declare war on somebody, forcing that faction to declare war as well, and possibly getting the Confederation going. It is risky, though, because something might have an effect, and the military access might force them to not be as likely to confederate, which wouldn't be so great. Also, how are Moors and Rictus feeling about each other now? Yeah, still really don't like each other. Minus 100 prejudice. They are kind of rivals with each other. So we can't really ally with either one of them for now. Oh. Okay, really? Okay, we need to help this guy. We need to go through this sea lane, which is near to... maybe we send Schurft to help him because he's the closest one. Actually, funnily enough, Metastone isn't even that far anymore. I assume Shilong is full of other Skaven? Oh, there's nothing there. We could occupy Wily Village. It will give us this full province, assuming that we want to actually bother to keep Bamboo Crossing. The thing is, we don't have salt, so... or at least I don't think that we do. There could be benefit to taking it. We'd have to besiege Fuheng anyway, though. And you know what? This would allow us to raid it for a turn. You know what? Let's go to Fuheng first. And if these guys send an army our way, well, then we'll send an army their way right back. Also gotta remember that Nakai is here. Actually, I'd love to get his defeat rate on Lord Skrolk, but he's a little bit busy. Speaking of Skrolk, you are going to land at Arnheim. And Pyrrhic victory, eh? What's the likelihood that they're willing to fight? The thing is, because they have lower city ramparts, it would not be a cinematic battle, which is a bit of a shame. It'd still be worth the effort. Let's see what else we have going for us this turn, and we might or might not attack them, depending... Oh, actually, there's another issue with it. We could, or probably should, sit here for a turn... Well, actually, no, we do still have some movement range remaining. Because I was thinking he'd move too far away if he sacked it. But that might not necessarily be the case. You will upgrade the clan armory and the weapon burrow, and then you will go here. You'll get your last... We have to stay here for another turn? Yeah, we do. We'll put Anno in your army, scavenge, and we'll put Vermich the Fabricator in your army as well. He's running out of space, but not to worry. Remember, these aren't Packmasters, they're Root Horrors. Or they will be eventually. And the Eshin Sorcerers for armor. I'm actually not sure that we're going to keep the Eshin Sorcerer in that one, but we shall see. Anyway, we will upgrade the Warp Forge here. And we'll move back between you two. Back and forth. And then we'll go up to Golden Colossus when needed and grab that Skull Island up there, because we certainly do need that. You're going here. And you're good for now. Ian, you're stuck. Vermich, you are... Why are you facing this way? Huh. Oh, right. You were doing this stuff, the constructing. In fact, you're done with constructing now, so let's pop you, Guanji Valley, into martial planning for the additional cash. And then I guess, Vermich, you're gonna head to Itza for now. Actually, you can go this way in case we need to build up the stuff at Schlanhopek. And the Warp Turbine plant and the Clan War Council are both ludicrously expensive, so we'll wait on those. Although if we swap them out, we don't really need the expansionist planning. You know what? Maybe we do this, just the Warp Turbine plant, despite the stupid expense, just so that we can swap expansionist planning back to martial planning and increase the income we generate here. We're gonna need it because the dominating scheme and the lost cargo are nearly up. But it is what it is. The Mutin, Land of Dawn, Fortress of Dawn, rather. And I would like you to... You're not actually going to make any use of these. I just want you to siege for a turn because these guys have a... these guys have a wall, and therefore the cinematic won't work. But if they do have an army there, we could fight it. Frankly, this one's probably not worth the fight, but we can make it easier on ourselves by building some of these. At least I think. We shall see. Plus, you want to be able to occupy it immediately so that you can trade it to Kairos. Pustin, you are heading southward. Go. And you're gonna go get your army, and I'm just gonna hope that nobody sails out here and takes our stuff, because we need that stuff. We need it for rats. Gotta spend rats to make rats. Pustin is moved to where he is supposed to... Well, actually, keep moving. Doxer, You're kind of hanging around waiting until your other stuff is completed. I would also like to double check. Yeah, no, we got those plague toads coming. Scout 1. All the way to Skaven Blight. Scout. Ooh, wait, no, I just screwed up with you. Don't go by Rapunz. I don't want her to sail out and annoy us, because she absolutely will do it. We already discovered her, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Too late. Well, inevitable. She will definitely attack us. You, go to Skaven Blight. You're nearly there. There is that. Alright, and the other scout and the tech thief. You also need to move. You are looking good and have mostly deleted all this fog of war. No Skull Islands out here alas, but we're getting there. You will need to be stealing tech. And all of you will need to be joining various armies, but you're going to stick around until said armies actually get here. Alright, so other than Toxer, who is waiting for his storm vermin among other things... Wait, we need to actually send him to build the Eshin Triads, don't we? Go to Quetzal. We have the Eshin building available there. And how much do they cost, out of curiosity? 1,400. Okay, so we should be able to afford them. How many? Let's do 3. I think. Why 3? Because we'll have 6 storm vermin. And we can essentially make 3 distinct blobs. Okay, that will mean we'll need 3 plague priests to essentially support each of the individual blobs. Hey, we got another warlock engineer available. Well, that's gonna go for Vermich's army, because Vermich also needs his own army. We're working on it, guys. We're recruiting. It's happening. Gonna take a bit, but it's happening. Diplomacy. I think I already did ya, but another check can't hurt. Hey, Cool and Rapturous Excess are both willing to trade now. And let's go Rapturous Excess, because they'll make Kairos a bit friendlier. Like so. Cool still want to trade, and they are the... I told you want to talk. There we go, they're the vassals of Archaon. Khemri is fine, or at the very least we don't want to deal with them. Molder, still not there. Blue Roses still want peace. Rictus still wants to be defensive allies, but I don't think we can afford to. Alright. Well, that's about that. Let's hope that, well, somebody sallies out, and even if they don't, that Molder will be willing to be our vassals. We need to do anything else with the building? Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but we're going next turn anyway. Alright, Vladimir Vassin, come on, give us a try. You kept sailing on down to us, why not attack us while we're right there? I have a feeling he's going to try to escape from the port, knowing that he cannot win at Arnheim. Maybe Mother Ostankia will come back and then the battle will actually happen. We'll see. Where are they in the order, I wonder? There's the Heralds of Ariel. And, oh, we've already passed them. Well, darn. And they didn't sally out. But what can you do? Musterer for Nevaventer, which is great because he's still recruiting. We've also lost all of our pox samples. I see the Teclis is nearby. Well, that'll be something for Mutant to do, but the Fortress of Dawn... I mean... we could fight it manually, or... we stay here and hope the Teclis comes in and attacks us. Mostly because it'll be a manual, non-cinematic fight, and it'll just be a very, very long, drawn-out bombardment over the place. Shurft, before I forget. Okay, one more turn. Until you can head to, Cathay. You're nearly there. Alright, and also Metastone. Storm? No, Stone. Storm is the other one. Okay, nobody at Fucheng, unfortunately, but you can besiege it in the same manner that you did the other place, and... well, it's got some solid defenders. It's not... oh, close to feet. Huh. I wonder if they'd be willing to sally out and actually fight us in the field. They do have some Demigryph Knights. Tier 5s, and we're all Tier 2 here. Or at least that's what it seems like to the enemy, but in reality, we're pretty strong. Expert Ambusher, please, and then Shuriken Jutsu for more power for our slingers. No range for the Maz yet, but we're getting there. 47 missile strength on the slingers, and then 58 on the gutter runners. Solid, absolutely solid. And it will only grow from there. Alrighty, so, Shurft, Metastone, Pustin, you were supposed to continue heading southward. Land at the Temple of Kara, I guess. We'll move through our own territories. You Alright, are going to build... Oh, I should have built this the other turn, but anyway. Build 2 more Warplug Jezzails. Still kind of undecided as to whether to bother sending them over there, but anyway. You now have... Okay, wait. What are we missing for you, Toxer? Is your army ready? Should we send it to Cathay as well? Well, it's gonna cost a lot of army, so yes. Plus it's kind of the closest place. Let's do this. Take your Storm Vermin, like so. This puts you to 17 out of 20. The Regiment of Renown will give you 18 out of 20. And then we need 2 more Plague Priests. What do we have, Plague Priest-wise? Apothecary, Hideous Stench. Ugh. Maybe I just shouldn't bother with... You know what, maybe we'll give you some of the Hideous Stench variants. Let's move you, I guess, this way. We'll jump down from Thrice Cursed Peak. Recruiter Clutch, stay there. You're going to transfer these to Pustin as soon as he gets here. Where's Pustin? He's getting there. Or you could just march on up there and transfer them manually. You know what? Let's do that, and we'll pop some heroes into your army. Though, okay, wait. What kind of Packmaster are you? You're a Poxbringer? Yeah, fine. Go into this army. We'll transfer you to Pustin. What are you? Warpatek. Yes, I like the Chieftain idea into Pustin's army. Let's put you, both of you in there. Training, and then we'll probably need at least 1 more Packmaster. Have we built Packmasters here yet? No. What about here? Did I build a Packmaster structure here? Yes, I did. Alright, Packmasters. We got Musk of Bravery, Pack Hunter, and Lucky Whiskers. Not super big on either one of these, to be honest. Yeah, we got another one of these Ishin Prowler ones. Let's get an Ishin Prowler with a Molder army, a little bit more armor. I think it'll be nice. Frankly, ideally, we would want to use 2 to keep Armor of Darkness permanently up. Maybe we do one with Musk of Bravery. Yeah, fine, do one with Musk of Bravery. Hey, we're getting these at rank 5 now. It's a little better. Nice. Alright, that's 2 Packmasters, 2 Chieftains. Think of the Chieftains as Bonebreakers rather than as Chieftains, and think of the Packmasters as Brood Horrors rather than whatever else. That'll put us up to 16 units. We'll need more. I was gonna give the Morscatar Hellion... Oh, speaking of... I was gonna give the Morscatar Hellion to Molder... Damn, 4.6. Alright, he didn't lose that army, huh? I have to keep an eye on him. The rest of these are good. He is willing to get us into defensive alliance, which, if we get into a war, would make him potentially weaker. And, okay, Kugath, definitely in trouble. We're gonna send Toxer to deal with it. Actually, speaking of Toxer, did I get the, I did not. Plague-addled? No. Hideous Stench? Actually, doesn't... No Feral Rage. Feral Rage is awful. Let's get you. Typhus Rat. Pop you in there. And we'll do 1 more. Also, what kind are you again? You're the Poxbringer. Wait, what are you? You are... Oh, you're also a Poxbringer. Why didn't I put you in this army? My bad. Into this army. I guess we don't technically need the Lucky Whiskers one then. Oh wait, you're the Musk of Bravery one. Well, I guess we could put 3 of them into this army. Why not? More Brood Horrors, more Packmasters, more Wolf Rat summonings. It's all great. Skrolk, you're gonna attack this. We're just gonna manually fight it. It's a lot of units, and we'll go up on those walls, try to still watch as much of it as we can. Once again, the cinematic won't work for this particular situation, but I'll try my best. Try my best to get a few good shots going on, man. Oh, right, this settlement. Right, alright, so we'll need to knock down... I think there should be a couple towers here. Definitely don't want to go here because too many towers face in the same direction. Whereas here, there's only essentially 1 wall that does it. And the less jerks are trying to hit our poor Plague Priest, the better. Ooh, also, the Anointed Plague Monks, this is their debut, and we can have them lead. I haven't actually had the... Haven't had the pleasure to have them do their thing as yet. Oh, also we do have a couple of these guys available to us. Anointed Plague Monks. Oh, for love of... Alright, looking pretty good. What the heck are these supposed to be? these weapons. I think it calls them flail infantry. That is definitely not a flail. At least as far as I know. Anyway, not that it matters over much. You guys are going to set up and you're going to knock down those towers very, very quickly. We are going to start deployment. You are just going to move towards the thing. I guess we'll send the chosen bubonics on the ram. I guess all three of you will move to the ram. And then we will... Yeah, you know what? You two down. We'll put these guys to climb, or to go up on the walls, like so. And then the rest of you will wait until we're ready. These guys will go through the breaches. We can actually breach the walls as well. In fact, it'd probably be faster to just breach the walls in several places. So we can have the towers maybe go on this side. This is the type of thing I normally do between the or not between the episodes so much as that I cut out. Rather than deliberating as to what the heck am I gonna do here. Alright, that looks good to me, or at least it's as good as it's gonna get. So, start deployment and go. Skrolk is gonna get hit a few times, but frankly, he doesn't really care. Alright, and we'll speed it up a little bit while we knock those towers down. Should be a couple volleys. There we go, tower 1 down, tower 2, then start breaching them walls. Yeah, these guys are pretty fast. But shouldn't there be... Huh? Did I not tell... The heck? I thought I ordered all of you guys. Come on now. Alright, tower down. And I guess we could pop a festering pool up there to kill off the Streltsy. Then we're going to breach the... Not the gate. Breach the wall here. And we may or may not breach it there as well. Towers, time to go now. Put you both up there. Alright, and that gate is gonna be breached fairly quickly. Oh, I accidentally moved you instead of the ram one. That explains what happened. And that wall will be breached soon, so you all can start moving on over there. And you guys can sort of follow along. Alright, how we doing? You know what? We can pop the filth regeneration on the one unit that I accidentally moved forward. It happens. It does take a while to breach the walls with this thing, but it's all good. Okay, you guys, Kate. The Plague Monks have a bad habit of getting in each other's way, but it's all good. Won't need to worry about it for too long. And what we could also do is this. Summon the menace below right here. We'll be through the wall shortly, but what we could also do is have you guys go... climbing up those walls. The walls are breached. Okay, that was quick. You guys, I don't know, attack this. Doesn't really matter what you attack, to be perfectly frank. And let's start getting new units in there. You guys get ready. You three, okay, make you groups. 1, group 2. And then, start spamming that Vermintide. Vermintide, Vermintide, and Vermintide. Alright, Plague Monks are in, more Plague Monks are moving in, and the ram, I have a feeling that we're not going to need it, but all good. Alright, I was hoping to get a little bit more wall action, but it's not as neat as you might have thought. Anyway, let's get some more Plague Monks on the field, the regular Plague Monks, since we have all anointed ones, and just keep on summoning. There we go. Let's also pop the Pestilens Clan Stone right there as soon as the summons are up. I'm actually not entirely sure that we need to wait. Skrolk, you have a powerful variant of Wither, so you're going to wither all of these guys. The gate is not ours as yet, but will be so shortly. And let's just keep on moving troops in. You, artillery. Switch targets to... I don't know, this thing? Actually, no. Switch targets to this thing. And then you go up here. And annoy those guys. Alright, we got units climbing, we got towers getting ready to move. And Skrolk through the gates, so let's get them moving. Everybody move. Skrolk, as soon as you draw close, I would like you to do 2 things. The first is to activate your Rod of Corruption on everybody nearby. And then Liber Bubonicus on, I don't know, the Snow Leopard. Doesn't really matter. Alright, Plague Monks, get ready to go in there. And Ram, you can be put down, because you're not needed in there as well. Nobody climb. No, you're not climbing. No, don't climb. Don't climb, just fight. Ram guy, off. Alright, Plague Claws, you're doing okay. You want to target this Armored Cossar unit? It's not really doing anything, but it's fine. And we got a Festering Pool available to us now, right where Skrolk is standing. We get blessed with filth, I guess. Frankly, it's not really needed by the looks of it. Oh. Our Plague Priests are having a little bit of a tough time actually getting through the enemy, but they're working on it, guys, don't worry. They'll get there. Takes a little bit of practice. It's like everything. Alright, switch targets, please, and ooh, these Zargard getting ripped apart by the anointed Plague Monks here. That's what I like to see, and it's a great weapon, Zargard as well, so they are actually wasting all of that armor piercing on the relatively unarmored anointed monks. How's our HP looking? You're taking a little bit of damage. We could filth regeneration you then. And artillery pieces, switch to that unit. Ah, we got more enemies here. Move forward. Let's summon a few more Plague Monks to help out as well. And I see... Oh, there's an enemy tower here. Oh, I didn't realize that. Towers! Kill the enemy tower. Alright, you guys get ready to move in. Enemy Zargard are nearly dead. Skrolk just absolutely obliterated the enemy breach, and so are these Zargard nearly done for. Enemy tower being focused down. Hopefully no stray shots get our pile of Plague Monks, whether it be the Censer Bearer or the regular variant, or actually the anointed variant. The regular variant is only summoned now, so we don't really care about them. Also, you pop your defenses because you're taking a little bit of damage. We want to maybe get another Vermintide out here, just for enemies to focus something down. Skrolk, you have destroyed the things in the... Whoa. Towers? Artillery? Just killed a bunch of our own guys. Come on now. Really gotta watch out for those. Alright, you guys come down. All of you, move on in. There's an enemy lord right there. Just stream on into the settlement. And the rest of you can do the same. Alright. I'm just gonna make sure that these guys don't have auto-targeting or fire at will now. Because we can't trust them to fire at will, let's face it. Alright, all of you run towards that Druzhina. Could summon more stuff, but honestly, do we even really need it? I wonder how much damage this guy will have dealt by the time of this battle is over. You know what, get a Pestilent Breath going. You know what, we do have a mix of... No, I didn't mean to do that. Got a mix of... various monks here, some of which are not summoned ones, so why damage them further when we could just summon more rats? We'll work our way through the enemy over time. Plus, I'm curious to see how this guy will have done in terms of pure damage dealt. If I could just... Game? Please, let me... Okay, we'll just take a look at it after. Game doesn't want to. Game, why? Why you do this? Skrolk, do we have another Rod of Corruption available, or Liber Bubonicus available? Pop that on him. How are you guys? Move forward a little bit. Pop a Pestilence Clanstone. Actually, would that be a benefit to us? I'm not sure that it would. Skrolk, I'd rather you wither this entire location if you can reach it from here. Like so. There we go. Enemy Lord, enemy Druzhina is... Okay, has died super quickly. Alright, and while the battle is not quite towers, it is nearly so. You guys... Oh, I kept a few units back. Fair enough. Go in. Not through the tower, there's a breach right there. Please go this way. There we go. And... you guys are attempting to target this armored Cossar unit. Alright, gotta be careful about killing off our own units. Anyway, Blob tactics rather, are working for us. Target this Kizilite Warrior unit instead. Who the heck is holding? This unit of Zargard. How are you guys holding so long? It's kind of impressive. I think it's because they're kind of pressed up against... Oh my lord. Okay, half of them are dead now. They were pressed up against this little tower here. Alright, those guys are done. Well, at the very least, they're in by our blood. Let's rush this unit of armored Cossars, and we're out of summon capabilities, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. More units are heading on in. Alright, that unit of Kizilite Warriors... Huh, they're hitting... the wrong one? Oh. It will make no difference in the end. Everybody rush that armored Cossar. There we go. If nothing else, the Plague Furnaces at least give us a something to look at when there's a lot of effects coming down at the same time, which is definitely a thing when Skrolk's army is concerned. Unfortunately, we have lots of other armies as well, where we don't necessarily have that effect, which is a little bit much. Anyway, you know what? Plague Claws, I think you're done. At the very least, you need to stop. Alright, Skrolk and co. Let's summon a couple more things. And I guess we're rushing this way now. Frankly, I'm surprised the entire enemy army hasn't shattered at this point, but, well, credit to them, I suppose. Okay, wait. I don't know why that one didn't work, but I suppose it doesn't matter, and I believe the unit is in the process, or the enemies are in the process of shattering now. Skrolk, use your Rod of Corruption, or your Liber Bubonicus. Yeah. Oh, those plague effects. Can't see with the enemy. There we go. Now they've ended, but frankly, so will the enemy have ended shortly. And then we'll be able to take a look at how much damage the plague priests will have done. Not the monks, the priests. And enemies in by our blood now, which means the battle's over. Just gotta wait until they shatter by getting close enough to them to get a little bit of proximity. Will that do it? Apparently not. Go something the festering pool would... Oh, now we have to wait out the by our blood. Alright, fine. Well, they're gonna get overrun now anyway. And... last unit, I think. There we go. Alright, easy enough. Minimal losses, certainly. Let's see how many. Close victory. What the heck are you talking about, game? In what world is that a close victory? Perhaps the Plague Claws use too much ammunition, but frankly, compared to the like sort of 30 to 40k damage they usually do, it wasn't all that crazy. 33k on Skrolk, and nearly 40k on this one, the Plague Priest that was by himself out there. And I want to point out that this Plague Priest does not have the Warpstone armor, so that would have increased his damage even further. Which is nice to see. 101 kills on this Sensor Bearer unit, eh? Perhaps they have earned themselves a nice name. Alright, come on now. Alright, there we go. Decent bit of cash, decent bit of food, which would put us back to where we need to be. We will also sack the place and try not to move. Okay, good. And perfect vigor for Skrolk. Oh, he's been too close to his capital until now, eh? Well, that's just fine. Another artifact hunter, which considering we got new armies coming in, we shall certainly need. And... tier 2 is upgradable basically immediately, but I think we're going to try to trade this away, like, super quick. So I think, despite the cost, we're actually going to invest in the food here. Just the tier 2. Tier 3 will take us down on it. 80 food just to get to tier 3. It's so much food. Honestly, we'll be able to upgrade it to tier 2 very quickly. It's just that since it's a yellow territory, it'll take a little bit longer. But anyway, whatever, just take it to tier 1 then. And we'll trade it. In fact, I'd like to see how much it's worth immediately. Arnheim. 63.7. Nice. Alright, so, what we need to do is we need to figure out what the other, this stuff is worth. So, Fallen Gates, Machu Peaks, Swamp Town, Monument to the Moon. Fallen Gates... 76, ugh, too much. Machu Peaks, 60, we could do it right now. Swamp Town, that was the cheap one, I think. 69, no more. And Monument of the Moon, oh, that's the cheap one, never mind. 24.7, man, I can't believe we need to trade 4 settlements from them. Well, we gotta get the best one for Arnheim. We'll be able to upgrade it in, what, a turn? Yeah, in a turn, it'll take 5 to upgrade it, but whatever. All good. Just out of curiosity, how much is this worth to... it's worth the same amount to Malik. If we could get a military alliance going with him immediately, should we desire it. Maybe I should have used that 40 food after all, but whatever, too late now. Just to get the military building up and running. Anyway, folks, I think with that, we're effectively out of time, or at the very least, out of time enough. So that I'll call the episode here and then do the admin between the episodes. There is buildings to build after all, and a few heroes to move and possibly acquire as well. Actually, there isn't a lot. Wait. Does anybody other than the mutant need to move? Well, yeah, Ian needs to go back and forth and build some stuff. Not a lot of stuff, mind you, but still some stuff. And I have to decide which places we want to build. So I think we'll wait. We'll give the opportunity to Teclis to move on in with his armies and attack the mutant. But if he doesn't do it, we'll just take the Fortress of Dawn the old-fashioned way. He's got a heck of a garrison here, and Teclis is a heck of a caster, so... that would be very scary for the mutant. Frankly, it might be a bad idea, and maybe we should just attack it and take it. That would give us additional money to build stuff right now. We don't actually have a ton in the way of Ton of the way of artillery here. You know what? I'll think about it. We might start the next episode with this little attack. I would do it if it wasn't for the enchanted walls, which means there would not be a cinematic battle. But anyway, more rats to come as we come here. We got 2 more armies headed to Cathay, so the fights here will increase over the course of the next episode or so. I'm gonna try to hunt down. Some of the fun enemy armies out here, as well as we try to make our way to Kugath and hopefully to help him out before he dies. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to Threshold. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.